Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awan, my stage name, y'all. Good morning, everybody. We about to get it in this morning. I'm about to start a little trouble and get off because I got two kids graduating today from school. So, we got to do what it do. So I had to stop in and check in with y'all real quick. So y'all see the caption, but before we start, I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button if you feel my content. And remember, I'm streaming from Instagram and YouTube, so you'll see me move my head back and forth. So let's get it in. Zaddy is your baby daddy. Check this out, y'all. I know we touched on this subject before, but we gonna hit it for the one time and we gonna let it go. Now, why I say this is because back in the day, right, when our grandmothers and mothers were collecting assistance from the government, right, the government took the place of the father. Now, they say there were certain things that was in place why the father was removed from the children. This is what they say. But all the while, a secret agenda was hatched against us. And some sisters got it, okay? And some sisters didn't catch it, okay? So with that being said, when we see a lot of our brothers and sisters end up in prison, they just went home to their father. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Because who governs the prisons? It's the government, right? So the government had built this child up, clothed, fed, put a roof over their head, right? Because he was the daddy. He did all these things. And then he knew without the structure, without the power, without the mountain being in the home with the child, that the child was going to grow up rotten. Do you hear me? Only some of us escaped daddy's clutches. Do you hear me? Only some of us escaped daddy's clutches, but some of us did not. That's why a lot of us are in prison and serving time for like years to come. Only thing is that our mothers and our grandmothers didn't see it because they were fed this ideology that Black women can do everything by themselves, that we are amazing, that we are Black queens, we have Black girl magic, all this stuff that they instilled in our grandmothers and our grandmothers and our mothers. So when they instilled all this in the Black woman, she put in her mind she got to take care of her children, she got to raise her kids alone, that she don't need no man, okay, that she don't need nobody, that she can do everything by herself. So now with that happening, the way they just changed the mind of the woman, okay, that how they just made her think that she can do everything on her own with their assistance. Because let me share something with you. If the government decided to cut all funding, cut all ties with women, there'll be a lot of deadbeat mothers. Yes, it would be. Just like they talk about, oh, there's a lot of deadbeat fathers, there will be a lot of deadbeat mothers. Because if you on your own raising a child and you doing everything and you got just a regular 9 to 5, you ain't got no education, there's no way that you would be able to take care of a child on your own. This is the truth. This is the truth. In this day and age, there's no way without the government assistance. That's why if you're married, right? If you're married and you try to go for government assistance or anything like that, they deny you because the husband is your assistance. Do you hear me? Your husband is your assistance. You'll never get approved for any programs because you have the mountain with you. You already have the mountain with you. So now if you a single mother and you doing everything on your own and the government is assisting you, he is the father of those children. Yes, he is. That's why when these kids get a certain age, because they were not groomed with their real father, okay? They were not groomed with their real father. They were not raised to be upstanding men and women, okay? Because they weren't raised with their dad. They wasn't raised with the mountain. Zaddy raised them. This is why you have so many of us in the prison system. Because Zaddy is the father. Okay? And I know some of y'all disagree with me saying this, but it's true. If the child is not raised with the father, then that means Zaddy raised him. Because mama, you couldn't do it by yourself. Either you was on Section 8 or you was on welfare or you was on food stamps or you was in the projects, either or. And so when you get up here on social media talking about I'm a strong black woman, I do everything by yourself, I want to see all the receipts. There has to be some receipts now because y'all doing foolery. These children are getting older and they ready to whoop on you. Okay? They're ready to whoop on you because the mountain is not there. Okay? When the father is not there, there's no structure in the home. So I'm tired of y'all talking about I'm strong, I can do everything by myself. No, you can't. Because if you could, you wouldn't need Section 8, you wouldn't need food stamps, you wouldn't need welfare, you wouldn't need Medicaid if you were doing it all by yourself. Zaddy is raising these children. So now when they go into the prison system, all they doing is going back to their father. That's it. That's it. So when these children end up there, all they doing is going to be with their father. And it's sad to say. But mama, let me share something with you, mama. A lot of people say the woman is the cause of all this drama. And I'm going to share something with you. She is. She's the cause of all this drama because of one choice. She didn't choose the right man to lay down with. She didn't choose the right man to spread her legs. She didn't choose the right man to do doggy style with. That was her problem. That's the only problem that she had. That's what started her on the journey that she is. Because if you have the right man in your corner, okay, the right man that you gave him children, you would not be in this predicament. Now, let me share something with you. I'm not saying it's not going to be hard. I didn't say that you're going to get everything you want. I didn't say that. I'm saying that if you have the mountain and the structure in your home, your children are raised better. And then I know some of y'all going to say, well, I know people who was raised in a 2-parent home and they ended up messed up. I'm going to share with you why. Either both parents was on drugs and in the world, or one of the parents was on drugs and in the world, and there was no structure. And if the structure of, if the father who is the structure and the power in the mountain, if he was on drugs, that means mama did whatever she wanted to do, and there was no structure in the home. So this happens a lot because I have family members that this has happened to. They were raised with both parents, but both parents was on drugs. So either the mountain was on drugs and the child was raised wrong. So they got out there and started having babies with all types of different men that didn't do the right thing because they did not choose wisely. And I'm not exempt. I did the same thing. I didn't choose wisely either. But when I hit the wall, okay, in my middle 20s, and I was like, this don't make no sense. See, there has to have a click. The person who has been through nonsense with their parents, there has to be a click for the change to come. If there's no click, the change will not come and the cycle will continue to repeat. Do you understand? So that's just like when your parents make generational curses, it continues with you as well. So if you don't break that generational curse, if you don't break it on your own, you stay in the foolery too. Like my family, right? Let's just give me a prime example. My mother and father was on drugs. That's a generational curse. You see what I'm saying? My mother was a single mother. She raised 5 children alone. That is a generational curse. You see what I'm saying? My mother had this type of attitude where I'm better. That she had this attitude like I'm not gonna listen to no man. That's a generational curse. You see what I'm saying? So now all these things passed on to me. So here we go. For my own side, generational curse. I was a single mother. Generational curse. I never tried drugs before, but generational curse, single mother, generational curse, saying I don't need no man. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's a generational curse. There we go. But the part of the drug part is that I saw how my mother used to get high. You see what I'm saying? I saw how she used to smoke cocaine, crack, all that in the kitchen. So what I'm saying is this is something that was heartbreaking to me when I was young, so I didn't want to do it. And then I saw how she used to sell everything in our household and sell our food stamps and everything to the drug dealers. So that's why I was like, no, I can't be a part of this. This is painful. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't do that, but I was a single mother. So that was a generational curse. And I used to say, I don't need no man. And that was a generational curse. But I worked all my life to get the things that I need. You know what I'm saying? I have worked all my life, but I'm not saying here saying I never took assistance, because I'm lying if I say that. Yes, I could never say I didn't when I was a single mother. Because when you marry, they don't play that. You cannot get assistance when you marry. Okay. I don't care what kind of program you on, they will drop you. Okay. Because Zaddy is supposed to be your husband. So they can't be two men in the household. You understand? Zaddy has to be the main man. So that's why they get rid of the father, the physical father. You understand? So what I'm saying about generational curses, you have to yourself, if you came from generational curses, you yourself got to pray that off you so that it doesn't enter into your lineage. Like my girls, all my girls have passed the age of pregnancy. When I was pregnant, because I was a teen mother. So all my girls have passed that age. So my generational curse is broken. You see what I'm saying? And I have also taught my girls things that I had never was taught before. I teach them everything streetwise, everything, so that they will not be fooled. You see what I'm saying? So that generational curse is broken. Drugs is broken in our family as well. This lineage, generational curse is broken because I taught them that this is not the way. You see what I'm saying? I didn't bash it over on top of their head. I gave them my story. You see, I gave my children my story. And so when they heard my story, they said, Mama, how? How does this happen? I told them, baby, listen, some things happen. My parents was lost in the world, but yet I still grew up under some of my caring aunts and uncles, okay, that wanted to help. But I'm saying to y'all is that you got to understand, when you become a single mother, you are laying your child down to be sacrificed. I'm sorry. And that's the truth. When you are a single mother, you are laying this child down to be sacrificed. Because, and why I say this is because eventually Zaddy comes to collect. He comes to collect that money he put on that child's head. Because what is prison? Prison is a money maker. They make money off prisons. So if you don't raise your child with the father, or if the father is not in the child's life at all, my dear, this gets you in a lot of foolery. But for the ones who don't have children yet, and you thinking about having kids, baby, rethink this thing. Choose wisely. Marry someone first. Don't go and have babies and you can't take care of them. Because if Zaddy gets a hold of your children, that's the government, he's going to come to collect when they get a certain age. Do you hear me? He's going to come and collect because the daddy, the real father, is not there. The real father is not there to bring structure, to bring power. There's a consequence when the daddy is there. The girls know it too. That's why they be scared to bring all types of men to your home because they know daddy is there. They know there's gonna be a problem. You understand? They know. And because daddy is not there, there's no structure, there's no power, there's no understanding. So our kids are running rapid. And let me share something with you. And y'all gonna be shocked at this one because y'all think that our men are foolish. But the black man seen this coming all the while. But because our grandmothers and our mothers was forced to be reckoned with and he wanted to keep her happy, he said, okay, go ahead and get the assistance and I'll stay outside the home. But they didn't know they were signing their death warrant. They didn't know they were selling their future. Because when you don't raise children properly, right? You know what happens when you don't raise them properly? The kids they have, you wind up raising their children. Yeah. So when you don't raise your kids properly, you wind up raising your grandchildren. That will never be me. In Jesus' name, that will never be me. I will not raise none of my grandchildren. I reject it in Jesus' name because I raised y'all properly. You understand? I took the time to raise y'all properly. So I will not be raising my grandchildren. This is the problem in our culture too. Grandma and grandpa are too old to be fighting with these grandchildren. They too old. So the grandchildren know that. And that's why they run amok. They run amok because grandma and grandpa is too old to be trying to take care of them. When you supposed to be raising your kids, not your parents. You see, so this is the problem that we have in our society, that we take all the assistance from Zaddy and then complain that the child is being disobedient. The child is going to be disobedient because they raised by Zaddy. Zaddy want them to be disobedient so that he can put them in prison. Do you see what I'm saying? He wants them to be disobedient so he can put them in prison because prison is a moneymaker. Nobody understands that. Y'all think he just was giving us food, shelter, clothing. Y'all think he was giving us that for nothing? No. It wasn't just a hand-me-out, my dear. You were selling your children's soul to this man. You were selling your soul. When you signed those paperwork for the government to get assistance, you were selling your soul. Yes, my dear, because you sold your future down the river. Because now some of these kids who grew up on Zaddy's plan, they do nonsense. You see them now. You see them now all by the liquor store, just standing up there, all on the corner. These are Zaddy's children. Now, let me share something with you. Some of Zaddy's children got away. I was one of them. Some of them got away. Some of them said, no, I'm breaking this generational curse. I'm going to raise my family right. I'm going to do what I got to do to take care of my children. Okay? Not all of us want to be in the same boat. Not all of us believe that not having a father in the home is the right thing. Some of us said, I'm not going to end up like my mother. I'm not going to have children by all these men. I'm not going to not get married. I'm not going to sit up there talking about I'm a strong black woman and I could do everything by myself. Let me share something with you. For the mothers who preach that nonsense, you supposed to take care of your children. Nobody's supposed to give you a hand clap. That's your job. You supposed to take care of your kids. You don't get an award for taking care of your children. You're supposed to take care of your kids. So back to the story at hand, what I'm saying. When you raise these kids without a father and you getting government assistance, Zaddy is your baby daddy. The government is your baby daddy. And when those kids go off to prison and those youth homes and all this stuff and juvenile, all they doing is going to stay with their father. Y'all take heed to the message. I'm done. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. And Instagram, I'm going to let you out first. Have a great one, y'all. Red Lipstick Vibe, how are you this morning? How's everything, my sister? Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Robert, how are you? How's everything? Great to see you. Red Lipstick Vibe, you know you always on point. Marriage Beyond, how you doing? How's everything? How's everything? Thank you for tuning in today. So, please, everybody, tune into Red Lipstick Vibe on YouTube. She is nothing but the truth, honey. Her content is always fire. I greatly appreciate all of y'all tuning in. And please remember, Zaddy is your baby daddy if you did not choose wisely. And when your children end up in prison, it's because Zaddy just called them home. Y'all take heed to the message and have a wonderful day, y'all.